Hello, this is Connie Cullum with the Piano University for Kids. This is a demonstration of the technique chart 1B, and it's the orange one in our studio folders. We're going to go over arpeggios, the 5-finger pattern, cadences, diatonic triads, and then transposition, which is found on the back. First of all, with arpeggios. All right, when we do arpeggios, we're going to have our metronome set at 80. But remember, in technique, we're not reading music. We're doing this kind of by rote, by just remembering it. We're learning the chords. The main thing we're working on is the technique that you play with, how you train your muscles in your hands to play correctly. We want your hand to look like a C from the side. Now you can over-exaggerate this. You don't want this like all the way up here. A soft letter C. But we want a supported arch underneath. The way you can tell your arch is supported is if you can see your knuckles up top. If it bends in backwards, see, that's not supported. Round up on the top is supported. Then each finger bends at this last joint when you're playing incorrectly. Keep it up and strong. Play on the tip of your finger, not pushing backwards like that, but up strong on top. All right, so I want you to look with your eyes if you can see this arch coming up at the top, and watch these joints. Now we're going to try the key of D. In the key of D, there's white on the outsides. The D is a white note and the A is a white note. In the middle is an F sharp, which is a black key. So, and this is our ice cream ladies. They're vanilla ice cream. It's like an ice cream cone. Vanilla, and then in the middle is a chocolate. So vanilla, chocolate, vanilla. Vanilla, chocolate, vanilla. We'll cross over, touch the D, and come back down. All right, here's a demonstration. Ready, and. And that volume's not really loud. All right, then we'll do that on, we just move your hands to A. You can either go up to A like this. I'm going to go down just so I have a little more room. And it's the same thing. White on the outside, a black note in the middle. Ready, and. Then we move to E. So the bottom note, or the bottom finger of each hand is on an E. There's a black key in the middle, so it's that vanilla, chocolate, vanilla pattern again. Ready, and. And there we go. All right, and then we'll do, let's see, we'll stop this. And we're going to go up to the 5-finger pattern. Okay, now remember with the 5-finger pattern, you're going to be using all 5 fingers. We just go up and back down. Now, starting with D, all the notes are white except that one in the middle, which is the F sharp. So this is what it will look like with the metronome. There, that's louder. 1, 2, ready, and. Okay, and then up to A. Ready, and. And then E. And E stands for the word extra. So it means instead of just one black key in the middle or one chocolate scoop of ice cream, there's an extra. So there's going to be 2 black keys. And if you look at the 3 black key group right here, it's the bottom 2. Ready, and. All right. Now, I have my students, I tell them to practice each one of those keys 3 times. 3 times. If it's not perfect, it doesn't count as one of the 3 times. Also, each of those 3 times, I want you to think of something you can do better. Like, let's really focus on this arch for the one time through. And then let's really focus on not only this, but also these. Now, can we make it a little softer? Can we play it at a different Can we play it louder or softer? Think of controlling your hands. Make it sound more musical. Anything that you can think of to make it better every time, and especially controlling how your hands do. It doesn't do you any good, really, to learn how to play it once and be done. Technique is the thing that you need to do over and over and over and over so that you can train your muscles to play correctly. So even if you have it perfect, you still need to do it 3 times every day. All right, we'll move up to the cadences. A cadence is just a series of chords, usually leading up to the end of a song. But this is the main triads in these keys, the 1 chord, the 4 chord, and the 5/7. On chart B, we're still doing open position. So instead of playing a full chord, we leave the middle note out. So it's just the bottom and the top note. Okay, so we'll start here. We just shift our top up 1 note to play the 4 chord. Now both of them shift down. The top comes down a whole step right to where it was on the 1 chord. The bottom note goes down a half step. It's going to go to a black key. Now remember, when you play a black key here, don't twist to go up and play it. Move your hands up into the black keys so that it's just right there under your finger. And then you slide back out to hit the 1 chord. Now there will be a little bit of twisting as we play our songs, but I want you to not get in the habit of doing these big twists to reach the black keys. All right, so this is what it's like with 80. And there's a click, and then you get to think on a click. Click, rest, click, rest. So you can think about where your fingers go for the next chord. Ready, and. Okay, and when we do that on A, we're going to go up. We go up to a black key on the 4 chord and then down to a black key on the 5/7 chord. So I don't want you to play like this and then twist and then twist. Remember, we're just going to shift up into the black keys. Ready, and. And then on E, it's got the same pattern as A, a black key on the top of the 4 chord. Ready, and. Okay, and next, the diatonic triads. This is where we play a triad on every degree of the scale. So if we think of, we're going to play D. Turn that off for just a minute. There's 2 sharps in the key of D. There's an F sharp. We've played that in the chords so far. Then when you get all the way up here to number 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, there's another sharp. It's a C sharp. So think of playing each one of those with your thumb. Thumb, 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 and back down. But we're not just playing with your thumb, we're playing the whole triad. See, the thumb is the root of the triad, but we're adding in the middle note and the top note. So bottom, middle, top. And since there's an F sharp in this key, we play F sharp. Then we move up to E, E, G, and B. Now every time we hit F or C, they have to be a sharp. Here's F on the bottom, F, A, and then there's a C on the top, so it's also C sharp. Then we come to G, no sharps. A has a C sharp in the middle. B has an F sharp on the top, so remember, we don't twist, we slide in to reach it. Then C sharp is going to be on the bottom, and then we end on D with a F sharp in the middle, and we'll come back down. And we're going to do hands one at a time, hands alone, with the metronome at 80, and you get a rest on one of the beats. I'll do the right hand here on D. Ready, and. Okay, for A, we'll do the left hand. Now there's going to be an F sharp and a C sharp and a G sharp. So we got to watch now for 3 sharps. Ready, and. for the key of E, we'll do with right hand. That has 4 sharps. There's an F sharp, a C sharp, a G sharp, and a D sharp. Ready, and. Okay, now transposing. The transposition song is right on the back of the technique chart. These are the scale degrees. Right now, while it's still in a 5-finger pattern, it also happens to be the finger number that you play with, but it won't always be. These are the scale degrees, so you'll play 1, 2, 3, 4 for whatever scale you're in. In the left hand, you're going to play a 1-chord accompaniment. Now, so work this out in the key of D, in the key of A, in the key of E. So it would sound like this in the key of D. But then notice we just played the chords in the left hand. After you learn it with just the chords in the left hand, add in an accompaniment pattern in the left hand. So you're not just sitting on the chord. Oh, all right. All right. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. That's all on my website at thepianouniversityforkids.com. And happy practicing.